It certainly doesn't take long for Meghan Markle, so it appears, to fall out with people and create, as they term is now, frenemies. Is that the right phrase? You know, the one what the kids all talk about. It's where you're a friend but then an enemy. And seemingly now for Meghan, she could rack up yet another one. But as ever, we're not quite sure why. Or indeed, are we? Let me explain. Hi, good morning. Neil Sean here. Nice to see you. And as ever, lovely to have your company today. I hope you're all keeping well, fine and dandy. Now, it's interesting, as I often say when you look back in history, I wanted to just highlight this because a particular entertainer here was born on this day. And that was, of course, the brilliant vaudeville music hall star, Haiti King. Yes, 100 years ago plus now. But she became famous really as a bit of a male impersonator and many other things, but mainly for the song Ship Ahoy. Do you know that one? Of course you do. All the nice girls love a sailor. You know the ones that you sing along with. Do you remember that brilliant show over here in the United Kingdom, which ran for years from 1953 to 1983? The good old days. It celebrated everything about the wonderful institution that is vaudeville and music hall. Haiti King was one of the kickstarters of that, along with so many. And as I often say here on the show, we're all passing through. It's nice to remember people who have gone before and shared their beautiful, brilliant talent. You'll be singing that all day now, won't you, today? Back as ever to your breaking ball story of the day. People often say, don't they, it's interesting when you have these close friendships, particularly with Meghan Markle. She attaches herself with whoever's relevant at the time. Right now, she's super glued to Gloria Steinman. After all, Gloria has apparently given her an award. Meghan loves an award, doesn't she? Then we had Jessica Mulrooney. Besties, what went wrong there? Seemingly, things have cooled off. It's the sort of thing that, people who are very, shall we say kindly, career climbing do. They attach themselves to someone who's relevant at the moment, build that up, and then hopefully, of course, it rubs off. Then when that person doesn't become as useful for them, or they've decided that they're no longer relevant in their current storyline of their life, then they're removed. Now, what's interesting here is that another royal, Sarah, Duchess of York, has been actively on the media circuit pushing her latest novel and doing incredibly well. But now, of course, some of the, shall we say, fences are starting to fall off. In a recent interview with a newspaper over here in the United Kingdom, she cited about the in and out lifestyle of a royal and said you can't be that. You're either fully inclusive or you're not. A real dig at Meghan and Harry. No two ways about it. She said it simply doesn't work. You have to commit yourself to a full-time life of royalty, doing all the good deeds, or in fact, you don't have to, but you can't have it both ways. You can't have one foot in and one foot out. Now, according to that good source, it's got back to Meghan Markle naturally, and she's not too keen. After all, she's good pals with the Duchess of York's daughter. But now there's a bigger situation brewing, and as ever, let me explain. You see, part of the problem that Sarah, Duchess of York, truly has with Harry and Meghan is simply this. It's nothing to do with their close friendship with their daughter, but it's more to do with the fact that, as we now all know, Meghan and Harry are actively tied to the streaming giant that's currently decided to dissect once again the life of her former husband, the Duke of York. This is the Scoops drama, based on the book by Sam McAllister and using all the details regarding that now infamous Newsnight sort of debacle. What's interesting, according to that good source, is Sarah herself thinks it's preposterous that someone, and as ever we have to say allegedly, like Prince Harry can remain tied to such a deal when you consider the fact, the negativity that they've heaped upon his late mother, Princess Diana, and other members of the British monarchy. But of course, it's this latest drama focusing on Prince Andrew, the Duke of York, which is set to cause ruptions once again, bring up all negativity and a huge mass of negative PR. And according to that good source, that's truly why that little sly dig, a cleft dig, shall we say, against Harry and Meghan was included. She then went on to reiterate the same thing on a lunchtime TV show over here in the United Kingdom. Now, obviously, she can't come out and say, publicly, but as many people over here think, they're amazed, appalled, and really at the simple goal of Harry and Meghan still to be attached by that Netflix deal, considering what's already gone before them. It's really bad when you consider that all of this negativity will be brought up. More so when you consider also that members of your own family are still happy to be attached to such a company. And that's the reason, according to a very good source, why Sarah's ready to slightly hit out so far at Harry and Meghan. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.